Hi,
Hi,
I'm Emilian.
and I'm Silviana.
And
The
I'm
author-
Anthony.
Yes, so,
Thank you.
thank you. The authors of the project and the upcoming book, Feel and Grow Rich.
And today we thanks for responding to our invitation to Anthony Darrison.
Thank you for having me.
Master trainer in fitness and health, and 100% motivator.
And before we start the interview, can you tell us a few words about you and your activity?
Absolutely. Well, you know, fitness and health is always life. I'm happily married to my beautiful wife, Atia. 2 kids, 3 altogether. Been competing for almost 12 years, so I've been involved in health and fitness for 12 years, going on 13 now. Won a bunch of shows, helped a bunch of people all over the world. Also, I'm in the military, been in the military for 18 years, and you know that has contributed to a lot of the loyalty, duty, respect, honor, the integrity that has contributed to a lot of stuff that made me to the man and who I am, and a lot of other intricacies that has developed me. I have learned them on the way through trial and error, because you know you got to go through something to get somewhere. But that has made me into the person that I am and the person that you see today.
Wow,
Well,
super. And
what are your top 3 priorities?
My top 3 priorities is 1, success for my family. Once I'm comfortable, which that probably will never happen because I'm never comfortable. I'm always striving to achieve something more. But once I get my family to an extent of not having to worry about anything, once I get them there, then I'll be happy. That's my number 1 top priority. My second priority is always health. You get longevity in life through being healthy. So being healthy has always been a priority of mine, and I pass that along to anyone that I come across, because that's very, very important. The less you have to go to the doctor for ailments, the better. And the more you go there and you don't have nothing going on, even better. So that's what we would like to promote. And number 3 is just explaining or keeping people to see that they can achieve more. Like you should never be comfortable with just having or just making it to the next step. Like you should always want more. Okay, I got here, I can do this. I got here, now I can do this. Let's try this. Anything that you can put your mind to succeed and develop yourself even more and bring people on the way, you should always be striving for that. So they my top 3 priorities to spread to the world and to anyone that I touch.
super, you have right. And Anthony, what are your success habits?
Oh man, you know, when I wake up, the first thing I do, I thank God for waking me up. I thank my wife for being in my life, because she's always to my right side or left side, depending on which side of the bed we sleep on. And then I typically, if I'm riding to work or anything of that nature, I typically listen to Kobe Bryant, Mamba Mentality, or any type of motivational music or quotes, just to keep my mind sharp in case I miss something, or you know I'm feeling down, or I'm trying to get myself into a certain mental state to start performing. So anything of that nature, that's typically what I do.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know that we tend to become those we admire? Who do you admire the most?
No, 89. I'm sorry, sir.
Who do you admire the most?
I admire my grandfather. The qualities that I have to pretty much. I have to give all of that to him, because when he grabbed me at 9 years old, I didn't know which way to go, and I'm a child, so I really didn't know which way to go anyway. But he's developed me to be a great man, a family man at that, and be able to provide, be able to stand on your own 2 feet, be able to make sharp decisions in a time of need, in a time of stress. Anytime you're going through things, still be strong, still hold strong to your truth, and still move in what you believe in, and don't take no for an answer. Continue to do more. They say you can't do it, show them that you can. And I've done that even in bodybuilding. When I first started, people told me, I couldn't do it. And I won several shows, and I'm still nationally qualified today, working to achieve my IFBB Pro card. So
Wow.
that man has been a staple in developing me into the man that I am, and I'm passing that along to my children and to my nephews and to grandchildren when I do, and if I do have those, so that they know they can do anything they want to do.
Super.
Yeah.
And Anthony, what keeps you awake at night?
Honestly, what keeps me awake is what I have going on for the next day. So I do write in a notebook, and I kind of write out my tasks that I want to tackle for the next day, whether it's schooling, whether it's some things at the job, whether it's training a new client, whether it's some forward progression for me and my family. That's what keeps me up. And then when I wake up, that'll be the first thing I tackle. And again, it's all about keeping yourself sharp, keeping yourself motivated. If you go to sleep with a blank idea, then you don't have nothing to live for, nothing to gain. Thank you. You know what I mean? So that pretty much keeps me up at night. Okay, what do I got to take care of tomorrow morning? What did I miss today that now I got to follow up and take care of? It's nothing. It's no gap that's always closed. There's always something that can fill in and that you can use to get to the next level. And ever since I've been like this, my whole state was, how can I get to the next level? And this keeps me motivated. Like, do I get a lot of sleep? Absolutely not. I probably get about maybe 3 to 4 hours of sleep at night, but I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly moving, I'm constantly being encouraged to do better things and try to figure things out. And a lot of times, great men don't share their secrets or their ideas with everybody because people typically try to steal your stuff and try to execute it before you. But it's always something that's in the foundation that's going to come to fruition later. You just got to allow the process to dive into the situation, and then it will come to fruition. You just got to take time to it, nurture it.
Yes. What advice would you give to someone starting out?
To someone starting out, first things first, you need a plan. That's first. You need a plan. So figure out what it is that you like, because everything isn't for everybody. Sometimes some things that people do is just, again, it's an idea. It sounds good until you get to the execution phase, and then it just doesn't work. And that's okay. That you'll learn from that, and you can move from that. But when you really, really find your niche, when you really, really find that thing that you're passionate about and that really makes you go, that's the one. And that's the one you want to push forward to, because that's the one that's going to work. And is it. You feel it in your gut. It's like when women, when they go, to David's Bridal or to a bridal shop, and they walk in there, there's thousands of wedding dresses out there. But when you see the one for you, it's you. You feel it in your gut. When you go pick up a car, when you go see a house, you look at a bunch of houses until you walk into that one, you be like, this is the one. And that's the one you want to go for. So when you get that feeling in your gut, that's it. Drive for it. It's going to work its way out. Now you might encounter some infractions on the way, but you want to be. This is where you need to be anyway. And without those infractions, you will never develop to be the great person you are in that realm that you're pursuing or that you're in. So just roll with the punches and make it happen. It's all good.
Yes, you have right. And what have you had to give up to get where you are today?
I mean, in life, I think not just me. I think everybody. We've had to endure some sacrifices, and with sacrifices comes success. Because when people pass away, it hurts, but it is symbolic to passing of a torch. So my grandfather passed away about 3 years ago. My mom passed away a year before he passed away. And I felt that it was emotional, but it was a passing of the torch. That okay, I can rest now. Now it's time for you to run the family. You know what I mean? And luckily for me, like a lot of my family do reach out to me for advice or whatever, and it's all good. If they do, if they don't, but I'm still here to give whatever I have, whatever knowledge, whatever I can give to help out a situation or to encourage them to go a certain way. And that's what my grandfather did for me, and it's, like I told you before, that's continuously what I'm going to do. So those particular type of sacrifices is written in life that's going to happen. Like, hey, my job is done. Now is your time. So other than that, anything that, you know, physical or anything like that, I have none. It's just life sacrifices. I like to believe is what has developed me, what I encountered. And, you know, that's uncontrollable. There's nothing you do about that. You don't know when your time's going to be stamped or when you're going to close the chapter to your book. But we just got to be here to do what we got to do and take care of everybody we encompass and ensure that we're doing everything that we can do on the face of this earth to help any and everybody get to where they need to be.
Super.
Yes. Anthony, what is the story behind your success?
Motivation, 100% motivation. You know, you gotta have a drive. You gotta have a drive, and you gotta have a purpose. And again, it first starts with a plan. We talked about this a few seconds ago. You gotta have a plan. What do you want to do? Some people that get into fitness don't want to compete, and that's great. Some people just want to be healthy. Some people just want to train. Some people want to power lift. You know, everybody has a plan. So when you get into it, it's not for you to try to do something and be like this person or do something try to be like this person. What are you trying to do for yourself? What do you want out of this? You know, in fitness, when I came into this, I wanted to compete. So that was the plan. Then after I started competing, and I was like, oh, I need to learn some more. So now I went to school for exercise science, got a degree. So now I'm at the point where, okay, I want to train people. So now I became a trainer. I started training people. I have 8 different certifications at this point. So now I'm at the point where, you know, I want to run my own fitness business. So now I have my fitness business, Good Money Fitness. So now I want my own gym. The business plan, all the logistics and everything, all the monetary values and all that is already written for the plan. Now I'm just looking for a location. I'm just looking for a location for my gym. So it steps, and it starts with a plan. It all starts with a plan. So this is what keeps me motivated to do something. But again, you got to feel it. Everything is all intimately connected to you and what you want to do. So once you find that it would contribute. It's the driving force of everything, and that's what keeps me 100% motivated. I want to win his nationals. So what am I doing now? Training harder than ever. I'm on my way to the gym right now. About to train one of my partners. It's been a busy morning. It has been. But again, it got to happen. If you want it to happen, you got to make it happen. There's no excuses. A lot of people make excuses for them not achieving their goals or getting to where they want to go. And that's uncalled for because you can make anything happen that you want to make. You can't blame it on this man or the next woman or because you couldn't do X, Y, and Z. Make it happen. Everything is in your grasp. You make it happen. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. And fall on your own, but don't drag nobody else down.
Yes. And what you will have for breakfast?
Well, this morning I had a mash shake. So I got some whey protein. I had 2 scoops of whey protein, and I put some oatmeal. I put a cup of oatmeal in there, and then I blended up a little half a teaspoon of vanilla for some flavor, and then I blended that up, and that's what I got this morning for breakfast. And that's normally when I'm in a rush or I don't have time really to eat. And again, there's no excuses. So if I don't got time to eat, then I'm gonna make something to drink. That's gonna have pretty much the same type of macronutrients in there, and that's gonna contribute to what I have to do, in which we about to train. So I don't want to train fasted ever. Because I have a small physique, and I need to be fed in order to continue to grow the way I need to be.
Okay, Anthony, if you would have world's microphone for a few minutes, what would you say to the world?
If I could speak to the world, you know, I would tell. I really would speak more so to the young teenagers, high school level, and tell them figure it out, or have a conversation, you know, with your parents, your grandparents, other people that's already at a certain level, and figure out what do you really want to do. Because I know in middle school I wanted to be an NBA player. Then when I got to high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, I just wanted to get out of school. And then when I graduated, you know, I still didn't have a plan. And, you know, I was involved to some things that I shouldn't have been involved in. And, you know, luckily, I hit it down the military route. Even though I got accepted to Morgan State University in Maryland, or Baltimore rather, I got sidetracked, I would say. And it wasn't until I met a gentleman, his name was Harvey, when I was deployed. And he was the first one to introduce me to bodybuilding. Now, when I was coming up, my cousin, his name Curtis, he used to always, work out, do pull-ups and stuff like that. Pretty much everything, not with no weights. And Harvey was the one who introduced me to weights when I deployed. And he was telling me, yo, you got good shape, you got good muscle bellies. You remind me of Ronnie Coleman. Now, if you know what Ronnie Coleman is, he's an 8-time Mr. Olympia. Dude is huge. He's huge. And he was like, you remind me of him. I didn't see it at all. I still don't, because I'm not nowhere near as big as Ronnie Coleman. But he used to tell me when he was working with me, my work ethic and how I paid attention to what he was doing, it reminded him of me and how I never, stopped it, or I never backed down from a challenge, and how it doesn't matter how heavy it is, I'm gonna lift it. And he was like, yeah, you should do a show when we.
It's okay
Are
now.
you still?
Yes.
My training partner had called me. I lost sidetrack. So I followed that blueprint, and then I went and did compete. Now I got my tail kicked on stage because I really wasn't ready, but it was my first show, so it's all good. But after that, I stayed with it, and I kept on learning. I kept on being motivated as I was, and that allowed me to start winning eventually and start learning that this is here. So what I would tell people again is to find out what it is that you're intimately connected to, and go for it. Don't wait for others. And a lot of people push education all the time. When you graduate high school, you go to college and stuff like that. Some billionaires didn't even go to college. They didn't go to college. They figured out their plan, on their way out of high school or in high school, and now they're successful. So it's possible you can do anything to be successful. You just got to figure out what it is that's going to make you go. And when you figure out what it is that's going to make you go hard at it.
Yes, good. And how did you extend or expand your paradigms or belief to achieve or fulfill your dreams?
One, you have to, for me, nothing is possible without having a spiritual leader. So that's number one with me. Aside from that is just being motivated, just being drive. I know what I do will impact my family. I have, my wife sees what's going on, my kids see what's going on, my nieces and nephews see what's going on, my sister see what's going on, my aunt sees what's going on, my coworkers see what's going on, my superiors, my subordinates, everybody sees what's going on. And I keep that in back of my mind in whatever that I'm doing. So that way, that's the driving force to that particular paradigm, because if you don't have someone seeing, then typically you don't perform. And that's why we have performers. Performers, they're on camera for a reason. Why? Because people are watching. So regardless of where I'm at, I feel as though I'm always being watched, or someone is always watching my movement, watching my growth, watching what I'm doing, seeing if I'm a man of my word. If I say I do and then don't do it, don't nobody respect that. So you got to be a man of your word too. So I always move in the sense of, I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to show you even better. I'm going to train you, and I'm going to train even harder while you're watching me train, to show you why I am who I am. And that helps me stay grounded, and that drives me right there. That's my paradigm that I put out to everybody right there.
Wow. Anthony, how can people find you?
They can find me on my Instagram. It's I am good money, IAMGUD MONEY. Also on my Facebook, Anthony Darrison, ANTHONYDARRISON. And also, when you find me, when you click on me, don't forget to follow my beautiful wife. Her name is in my bio. Just click on her too right there.
Thank you for this interview.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you too.
Have a good morning.
Have a good morning.